Welcome to the Childress District Rural Improvement Program virtual public meeting for the 2021-2024 program. My name is Annabelle Gerardo and I'm the Childress District Planner. We are here today to go over the projects to be included in the upcoming 2021-2024 rural tip. Today we will go over the counties in the Childress District and all the roads under the district's care. We will also review the basics of what the rural tip is and why it is important for you to be here with us today. We will explain how the projects included in the program are selected and classified in order to make the most of the program. Once you have an understanding of all of this, you will have the opportunity to review all the projects the Childress District has included in the 2021-2024 program. We will also go over funding, answering questions on where does the money to pay for these projects come from and how does it get distributed. Lastly, we will outline all the options you have to comment on these projects and their priority. We know everyone took time from their day to be here and we appreciate it. As such, we want you to always make it back to your family safely. Distracted driving continues to be a problem in Texas, and data indicates that drivers are not changing their behaviors. So TxDOT wants to raise awareness on the dangers of distracted driving by encouraging all Texans to put away their cell phones while driving. The Childress District includes all of the counties shown in the map. Projects included in the 2021-2024 rural tip are located in the following counties: Briscoe, Childress, Collingsworth, Cottle, Dickens, Donley, Ford, Hall, Hardeman, King, Knox, Motley, and Wheeler. The Rural Transportation Improvement Program is a list of local projects to be funded in a TxDOT district over the next 4 years. This means that all projects included in the list are expected to be underway within 4 years following their approval. These are the changes you can expect to go to contract in the near future. It is multimodal, which means that it can include projects relating to highways, bicycle and pedestrian facilities, transit services and freight projects, as well as the preliminary studies used to define those projects. Rural TIP is meant to show regional agreement on the need and priority of a transportation project, so all parties involved can be sure they are making the best investment for the community. It is also expected to be consistent with the projects and objectives included in the regional long-range transportation plans to ensure that all agencies are working towards the same goal. The rural TIP is part of the statewide Transportation Improvement Program. Because the program, its rules are established by federal law. No project can receive federal funding unless it is listed in the rural tip. It is important for you to participate because funding secured by this process is intended to address your community's most immediate needs. By providing comments on the priority of the projects included, you are helping us identify regional priorities. By reviewing the entire program in a single meeting, you are having regional impact, helping us be more effective with your money, and ensuring that we are investing where we should. Rural transportation organizations, metropolitan planning organizations, and local governments are responsible for selecting projects within their boundaries. TxDOT, through the district office, is responsible for selecting of all projects relating to the state transportation system and other national roadways. This includes interstates, state and U.S. highways, but most importantly, these can also include the farm-to-market and ranch-to-market roads you use every day. The projects you will review today should respond to local needs. It is our responsibility to provide you with the opportunity to provide input on which projects should be advanced. Once projects have been defined, they are evaluated according to their scale and classified according to the funding they require as well as their potential impact. Big projects are categorized as regionally significant projects that are included as standalone items, for example, a new bridge over a river. To simplify this budgeting and planning process, smaller projects are lumped together into 11 separate subcategories and referred to as grouped projects. Grouped projects include things like landscaping, safety lights, or new bicycle and pedestrian facilities. This grouping practice facilitates the federal funding of smaller projects, for example, the pavement repair of an FM road. Let's look more closely at the groups. The 11 subcategories for group projects are those without the size to stand on their own. They include preliminary engineering, right-of-way acquisition, preventive maintenance and rehabilitation, bridge replacement and rehabilitation, railroad grade separations, safety, landscaping, intelligent transportation system deployment, bicycle and pedestrian, safety rest areas and truck way stations, and transit improvements. We will now move on to the specific projects within the Childress District. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Briscoe County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Childress County. Scheduled to let in May 2022 is the widening of FM 268 in Childress and Hardeman counties. This route is used as an emergency detour for US 287. This project received the approval of Category 12 funds totaling $11.2 million. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Collingsworth County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Cottle County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Dickens County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Donnelly County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Ford County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Hall County. Scheduled to let in July 2021 is a Category 4 statewide rural connectivity corridor project on US 287. This project is south of 2nd Street in Memphis, south for almost 2 miles, totaling $10.4 million for safety improvements to the existing roadway alignment. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Hardeman County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for King County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Knox County. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Motley County. Scheduled to let in April 2022 is a project on FM 94 that will widen the existing highway and realign the roadway in various locations throughout the project. These revisions will improve the overall safety of FM 94. The table shows the details of projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Wheeler County. Scheduled to let in December 2022 is a Super 2 project on US 83 in Wheeler and Collingsworth counties. This improvement will add alternating passing lanes throughout the limits of the project to allow vehicles to safely pass one another. This project received Category 4 connectivity funds totaling $9.2 million. The rural TIP functions as a budget list for the district. As such, it is fiscally constrained. Like the budget of a household, the rural TIP has to be realistic about the amount of money available to cover all of its needs. Frequently, we identify more improvements than we have the money to implement. This means prioritizing according to those items that are most necessary. We've discussed the list, but where's the money coming from? Funds can come from three main sources. 1. The federal government, through the establishment of the Moving Ahead for Progress in the 21st Century Act, or MAP 21. The federal government allocates these funds through the processes established by the Federal Highway and Transit Administrations. 2. TxDOT, like the federal government, also allocates a section of our budget for these projects to the Unified Transportation Program's 12 funding categories. And 3. The local governments. Once the need has been identified and the amount of federal monies has been defined, the rural TIP helps local governments assess the funding requirements to match those of the federal and state government and their capacity to meet them. Now, after we review and comment on these projects, what is next? The timeline above illustrates the rural TIP process and where we are right now. Once your comments have been collected and considered, if necessary, the Childress District can provide TxDOT with a revised rural TIP for approval and integration into the statewide document. The statewide Transportation Improvement Program is built from the rural TIP of all the 25 districts in the state, as well as the transportation programs from all the MPOs. The timeline above shows where the rural TIP process fits into this larger effort. Once the STIP is approved by the federal government, everyone's projects are funded and become one step closer to getting on the ground. Now that you're familiar with the program, we want to hear what you think. Go ahead and print out a comment card, fill it out, and mail it back to us at the address shown on the screen. Or you can also email in your comments to annabelle.gerardo@txdot.gov. Comments must be postmarked or otherwise received by Thursday, August 6th, 2020. Please make sure to send your comments before that date. If after today you would like more information or have other questions, feel free to reach out to our district. Remember that you can print out or share our website link if you wish to discuss this information with your friends or family. Just remind them to make sure they send them before Thursday, August 6th, 2020.